Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikea. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. You are definitely a real one, but you already knew that. So today's video, I am going to be sharing fragrances that I cannot get enough of, okay? These are fragrances that I honestly could not put down in the month of March. So this is gonna kind of be like a March perfume favorites list. But y'all, I have been obsessed with all of these fragrances all through March, and I wanted to share them with y'all. So that is what we're going to do today. But before we get started, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, of course. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And do not forget to click on that notification bell so you do not miss out on a single video. So let's get into it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into the list. The first fragrance, I am sure y'all are so tired of me talking about it on this channel, but I cannot help it. I have worn this fragrance so much, and last month in March, I was drenching myself in this. So this is Viktor Rolf's Flower Bomb Ruby Orchid. Again, y'all know I talk about this fragrance a lot, but I am so obsessed with it. It is absolutely beautiful. The opening is what gets me. That opening of that peach is so juicy, but it meshes very nicely with the vanilla and the orchid. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I can't get enough of it. I wore this to a few events last month. I went to a few concerts. I went to a few dinners, and I wore this fragrance out. I get a lot of compliments on this one, but I like the fact that like it's sweet, but it's not syrupy sweet like the original. This flanker is not as sweet as the original Flower Bomb, but I absolutely love it. So if you were thinking about getting this one, I definitely recommend it. I just cannot say enough about this scent. So yeah, this is one of the fragrances that I honestly could not get enough of in March. This next fragrance is Exalté from Perfume Monet, and y'all, every time I talk about this fragrance, I just get so happy and so excited because Fumi did her thing on this scent, okay? She really did her thing. She put her whole foot and thigh in this fragrance. It smells so beautiful. It's so feminine, and it's a beautiful, creamy floral fragrance. There's some pink pepper in here. There's some Turkish rose in here, and honestly, I am so in love with this scent. I wore this to dinner with one of my friends, and it was a guy, and he was like, "You smell so good." He actually said that I smelled like California, which I don't really know what that means, but he was like, "You smell so good." And I honestly was like feeling myself because I knew that this fragrance was bomb, okay? So if you were thinking about checking out Exalté, I definitely recommend it. It is absolutely beautiful. This is a long-lasting scent as well. Now, when I say long-lasting, I say 8 hours or more because typically I just lose track and lose count after 8 hours, but I had this on for a little over 7 hours, and it lasted the entire time. And then a lot of people have asked me if there are dupes for this. I don't feel like there's a dupe for this, but to me it is in the same scent family as Maison Francis Kurkdjian's Gentle Fluidity Gold, and then also Montal's Intense Cafe. It's around those same kind of scent profiles, but I do not think that it's a dupe. I feel like this is still unique and it holds its own, and you could actually very well have all three of these and still love all three. So again, I love me some Exalté. I was wearing this like crazy last month, and I'll probably continue to do so. So this next fragrance is actually the latest fragrance to be added to my collection. This is the newest fragrance from House of Sillage, and this is the Batman fragrance. I actually received this as a gift from House of Sillage, so thank you so much for sending this over. I had been eyeing this fragrance and I was anticipating its release, and I am so grateful to you all for sending this over. So this was actually sent to me towards the end of March, and y'all, when I got my hands on it, when I got my nose on it, I honestly could not put it down. So the actual shape of the cupcake looks very similar to all of the other fragrances at House of Sillage, but the packaging is so stunning, just like all the other cupcakes at House of Sillage. But they really did a great job with this one and really captured the essence of Batman to me. But when I first smelled this fragrance, like I kind of sniffed it in the bottle before spraying it on paper or on my skin, I was like, this is kind of giving me Baccarat vibes. That's initially what I thought. And then I let my sister smell it. We didn't spray it. I was like, hey, what do you think that this smells like? And she was like, oh, this smells like Baccarat. But then when I sprayed it, I was just like, this is not Baccarat at all. This does not give me Baccarat vibes at all. So do not be deceived. This actually to me is not a dupe for Baccarat. But once I sprayed it on my skin, I actually fell in love with this even more. To me, this is like a candied sweet fragrance that becomes a little powdery in the dry down. It's very sexy though, but I feel like this is a great fragrance that you can get away with wearing during the day. So if you have like something that you want to be nice and sexy for during the daytime, maybe like a nice brunch or a nice daytime date, then I think that this is still a great scent. Now, I will say it projects. The projection is very nice and very loud in the opening, and it will quickly become a skin scent on me. This lasted about 4 hours before becoming a skin scent. And when I say becoming a skin scent, I could still smell it. It was still very present. It just wasn't projecting as loud. So I actually really like this fragrance though. I'm really happy that they came out with it. Most of the fragrances from House of Sillage that I enjoy are really deep and very sensual, and this is no different from those ones. But I love this fragrance. I'm going to read the notes to you all in case you are interested in checking this one out. Okay, so in the top notes, there's candied apple, there's also pear leaves, and then there is magnolia. In the mid, there's jasmine Egypt, cashmere, and tonka bean. And then in the dry down, in the mid, there's also vetiver. But then in the dry down, there's amber, patchouli, oak, moss, and musk. So for me, in the opening, I definitely smell that candied apple. It's very sweet, but it's not like a juicy, sweet, super fruity. It's sweet, but again, it reminds me of like a candy, I'm trying to think of like a candy that I can say that this reminds me of. I can't think of one right now, but it reminds me of a nice candy, and it gets a little warm as well. I can definitely smell that oak moss in this fragrance, and I also can smell the patchouli. I'm not really smelling a ton of vetiver, so if you're not a huge fan of vetiver, then I will definitely say that I can't really smell a ton of vetiver in here. I definitely smell that candy apple. The pear leaves are in here as well, and I'm definitely getting that patchouli and that oak moss. But this is so beautiful. Again, I feel like this is a great scent for the daytime. Now, would I recommend this as a blind buy scent? I don't know if I would recommend this as a blind buy worthy scent. I probably would suggest getting your hands on a sample if you could. But again, I really like this. So shout out to House of Sillage for coming out with another great fragrance. All right, y'all. This fragrance right here is probably the most worn fragrance of March. I feel like I was just going ham on Greenwich Village last month. I was just spraying it like crazy. And it's really just because I'm so obsessed. It smells really, really good. Ugh, this is my favorite Bond No. 9 fragrance. I can't get enough of it. Ugh, I just enjoy this so much. It's sweet. It's also a little fresh. It's also got some floral notes in it. But in here, there's lychee, there's peony, there's some praline in here, a little bit of ambroxan, some cassis. This is a unique scent to me, and I think that it just smells absolutely beautiful. Now, there are some people that say that this smells like Baccarat Rouge by 40. I don't really get that. I honestly do not get Baccarat when I smell this. However, lately, I have been layering this with Baccarat, and it has been unmatched, okay? It has been the layering combination that I didn't know I needed. And y'all, I have received so many compliments on this combination. When I layer Greenwich Village with Baccarat, I have received a ton of compliments. I went to a restaurant and I was actually checking out, and the lady was like far away from me, kind of over the counter, and she was like, oh my gosh, you smell so good, and you're all the way over here and I can smell you. And that's when I knew that I had a good combo on my hands. But this fragrance smells good on its own, and again, I think that it also smells great layered with Baccarat. That's the only fragrance that I've layered with Greenwich Village so far. I usually wear it on its own, but I cannot get enough of Greenwich Village from Bond No. 9. So this next fragrance is another fragrance that I recently added to my collection, and this is Eilish from Billie Eilish. Now, y'all, I'll be honest, I really don't know much about Billie Eilish. I know she's a singer. I've not really heard many of her songs. However, all I know is that this fragrance that she came out with is top 10, okay? This fragrance is so good. If you like vanilla gourmand scents, then I definitely think that you may want to try this scent. It is very, very sweet though. So if you don't like super sweet fragrances, this may not be for you because again, it is really, really sweet. But honestly, I smelled this and I was just like, what? So in here, there is sugar, there's vanilla in here, there's cocoa, there's some amber in here, there's some musk. Honestly, this fragrance is absolutely beautiful. Now, I will say, I think that this fragrance will shine a little bit more in the cooler months, but y'all, where I live, it is still snowing, okay? It is still snowing. So I have been getting great use of this scent. I mean, I'll probably still wear it in the spring and in the summer as well, but I feel like it's really gonna project a little bit better in the cooler months. But I love this fragrance. I feel like a lot of people were kind of talking about this one when it first came out, and it's been out for a little while now, but I enjoy it. I think it's blind buy worthy. Honestly, I do, especially if you like gourmands and you're into vanilla scents, then I would definitely say that this is blind buy worthy. But yeah, Miss Billie Eilish did her thing with this scent. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, if I had to compare this to anything, I think that this kind of reminds me of Sweet Vanilla from Montal. It's got that fruity vanilla-ness to it and not necessarily like a cakey vanilla. That's also the vibes that I'm getting with this fragrance. So in case you were kind of interested in knowing what I would compare that to, I would say that this is comparable to Sweet Vanilla from Montal. So this next fragrance, I hadn't used it in a while, and last month I just decided to pull it out of my collection for some reason, but I'm very glad that I did because once I pulled this out, I honestly couldn't stop spraying it. But this is Cherry Garden from House of Sillage, and this fragrance is so beautiful. I don't know why it had been a while since I used this because it is such a beautiful fragrance. This is a really nice cherry scent. And if you like cherry fragrances, but you don't want one that's like super, super sweet or candy-like or even like artificial, I would definitely recommend this one. This is more of a cherry blossom fragrance. It actually just smells like you have been running through a garden of cherry blossoms. That's what I get when I smell this, but it's so beautiful. In this fragrance, there's cherry blossom, there's some almond in here, vanilla, a little bit of musk, and again, y'all, I cannot get enough of this. There's some bergamot in here as well, but it smells so good. Like, again, I cannot understand why I hadn't been wearing this prior to last month, but I wore this to a concert last month. I layered it with Lost Cherry from Tom Ford because I really just was giving off that cherry vibe, and it was a hit. Okay, it was a hit. So if you are interested in checking out some House of Sillage fragrances and you don't really know which ones to get, I highly recommend Cherry Garden. This one is just so feminine and it's a beautiful floral. It's a little sweet, but not overly sweet. Okay, I know that I talk about this fragrance a lot. You know that little voiceover on TikTok where it's like, prepare to be sick of me. That's kind of how I feel when I keep sharing this. It's like, I know y'all are sick of me talking about Eating Juicy Apple from Kayali, but y'all, I drenched myself in this last month, okay? I just was so excited for spring to come, and I was just wearing all sorts of spring scents. And this one right here, it's like the #1 spring scent to me. Okay, we just got into spring, but that's just how I feel. This fragrance is so beautiful. It's just so juicy. Ugh. And again, I'm not a huge fruity fragrance lover, but this is so good. So there is some apple in here. There's a little bit of musk and jasmine. There's some wild berries in here as well as vanilla. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just feel like there's not much to say about this besides the fact that it is really, really good. Okay, it's really good. We're gonna move on because I talk about this one enough, but yes, I wore it a lot last month. Okay, I wore it a lot. So next we have GRISSARD from BDK, y'all. This is actually my favorite BDK fragrance. It's just so unique to me. There's not a ton of fragrances that I've smelled that are even in the same profile as this. And I am a huge unisex scent lover. I love unisex fragrances. So this is right up my alley. I just feel like this smells amazing. I smelled this on so many different people and it just smells good on everyone that I've smelled it on. I don't know, I can't get enough of GRISSARD. It's this beautiful kind of aquatic scent, but it's also a little peppery. There's some black pepper in here. There's a little bit of black tea as well. And again, it smells so, so good. So if you want something that's a little unique, but it's not like overly unique to where it's like, whoa, what do you have on? I definitely recommend checking out GRISSARD from BDK because it smells so good. I feel like you can wear this during the daytime. You can wear this at nighttime. This also kind of gives me fresh out of the shower vibes as well. So if you kind of like something like that, then I'd still definitely recommend checking out GRISSARD now. And I saw on the BDK Instagram that they are coming out with a GRISSARD Now Extrait. And I believe it comes out on April the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. So y'all already know I'm about to get my nose on that because again, GRISSARD Now is my favorite fragrance from BDK. So an extrait version, I got a feeling it's gonna be good, but I will definitely keep y'all posted once I get my hands on that. But again, this is GRISSARD Now from BDK. All right, y'all. So this next fragrance, I have just been wearing this for like a chill vibe. This is from Van Cleef & Arpels and it is ORCA de VENI. Again, this is such a great chilling kind of vibe fragrance. It's a casual scent to me, but it's really, really nice, especially if you like vanilla. To me, this is more of a powdery vanilla scent, but it's not like baby powder. It's more of a sugared or a powdered sugar scent, but it smells so delicious. Smells so good. But to me, like in the opening, you really get that vanilla, and then once it dries down, it becomes more of a cocoa scent. There is cocoa in here. There's vanilla as well, and y'all, I love me some ORCA de VENI, but to me, this is more of, again, a casual fragrance. I like to wear this when I'm chilling or when I'm doing like errands. I don't really wear this for like formal occasions or date nights unless it's something chill. However, this is still a really great scent and I wear it a lot. I work from home, so this is a scent that I have actually just been wearing from home because again, it's just a little bit more casual. Yeah, so I absolutely love ORCA de VENI and it is chef's kiss, okay? It is chef's kiss. And this last fragrance that I've been wearing also gives me similar vibes to ORCA de VENI. It's more of like a chill, casual kind of scent, but this is vanilla bourbon from MIXBAR. And y'all, this is actually one of my favorite vanilla fragrances. I love the fact that it's really affordable, but it also smells really, really good. So this is a sweet vanilla scent, but it's also a little woody. There's vanilla in here. There is some sandalwood as well, which is why it becomes a little woody. But y'all, it smells so, so good. I cannot get enough of this. But to me, again, this is more of a chill kind of fragrance. I wear this when I'm relaxing around the house, if I'm working from home, or if I'm just doing something that's not like super formal or that I have to like get dressed up or nice for. So again, I have been wearing this one like crazy. I wore this like crazy in March. I'll probably continue wearing it like crazy in April as well. But yeah, this fragrance is everything. And if you're looking for something that's affordable, that's long lasting, that still smells really, really good, I definitely recommend you check out MIXBAR fragrances. These are available at Target. And then I also think they're available on the MIXBAR website. But definitely check this out, y'all. I think this was less than $20. So to me, that is a steal, okay? That is a steal. All right, y'all. So those were the fragrances that I could not get enough of in March. Literally, those fragrances had a hold on me, okay? A hold. I could not get enough of them. Those would be considered my March favorite fragrances. But I want to know, what fragrances can you not get enough of? Comment down below and let me know. Y'all know I'm nosy, but I'm also just curious. What are y'all wearing? What's something that you just it just has a hold on you. What fragrance is that? So comment below and let me know. But I thank y'all so much for watching this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, of course. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to check me out on social media. My Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter will all be linked down below in the description, as well as all of the fragrances that I mentioned in this video. I hope y'all have a great one and stay safe. Bye.